What's up, humans? How's it hanging? I'm the Nerdy Beard and welcome back to World of Warplanes. And after I released a video on the F4F Tier 5 American multi-role, I had a little bit of time to think about it, and I thought, you know what, I really didn't do it justice. It was, you know what, I got some points and did better points-wise than the rest of the team, but I only got the one chevron, and I feel like I didn't really get to show off this aircraft and just why I like it so much. So I thought, why not? Let's jump back into it and have another crack. So here we are again, and it seems like World of Warplanes loves giving us the snow maps at the moment. We are on the peripheral mission foreign land in the conquest map as per the usual game mode, and we are in a tier 4 and 5 game, so a very good opportunity with 5 points to capture to really get stuck in and hopefully show off this aircraft and just what it can do. Just in case you're thinking about it and you're not quite sure what you want to go for, hopefully I can get a good score in it and show you guys what it's really capable of. Because like I said, I think this is a great aircraft, and at Tier 5 it is very strong, and it even holds up in Tier 6 matches. So there really isn't, there shouldn't be any doubt that you can have a good time in this aircraft. So here we are, we've captured 1 point. And everyone just sort of lining up nice and neat for us at the moment. Just want to make sure I don't do anything silly and get carried away with talking to you guys too much. So I'm just going to concentrate a little bit on what I'm doing. And look at that, excellent firepower. Absolutely fantastic firepower of this aircraft. So just going to throw a boost and I'll lower the flaps to see if I can... no, doesn't matter. Ah, damn. Okay, so we didn't quite get this position. That's a little unfortunate, but hopefully the longer we sit here, the more we can... Oh, looking like I'm taking a few hits there. That's not good. All right, let's get out of here. It's probably not a good thing to sit and wait for the for the bad guys to come and get me. Let's see if we can put some pressure back on them here. Okay, so that multi-role fighter is really after me. Some help from my allies would be amazing right now. Maybe if I can... nah, out. Okay. Meow meow in the I-16. Ah, dear. Well, it is a very maneuverable aircraft. Well, at average start at best. With any luck, we can turn this around. But you can see already, look at the difference that you can do. Like this, you know, it's a great performing aircraft. It isn't all up to how you fly it. You know, you don't get scores like that so quickly by just hanging around, not really getting involved in the game. The aircraft performs fantastically, and it makes it really easy, in fact, to jump out in the combat score race and get ahead. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to get stuck into the guys that are assaulting this point here, just to get some defensive points and to make sure that they don't come through and take it off us. Because if they get a foothold up here, and you know, with small aircraft running around, it's going to be very hard for us to take this point back if we lose it, especially if it's under constant assault. So we want to make sure that we can hold it and make our enemy think it's going to be too hard to come anywhere near it. Okay, so this is a guy, I think I might have been shooting at him earlier. So we've finished that off, and let's get after this Blenheim here. Okay, let the guns do their thing. Fantastic. Alright, just gonna get just a little closer to make sure. Excellent, there we go. Don't want to give him any leeway. I want to make sure all my rounds are hitting that guy as they should. Okay, fantastic. So, no, it's probably a bit silly for me to go after the bomber. This thing really doesn't like being this high up in the air. So I'm going to come down and let's get stuck back into this airfield. So you can see defensive fighters and these guys down here on the enemy team. I think that multi-role right there might even be the same guy who shot me down earlier. So it is. A little revenge, I think, is on the cards, but let's be sensible about it. Let's not get isolated, and let's not do something silly and have one of his friends come up behind me and ruin my day. Whoop, that was close. Yep. What was I talking about? Something silly? Yep, that was definitely something that was almost very silly. Okay, enemy on the tail. Enemy on the tail. I need to get this guy out to save my Blenheim over there. Alright, excellent. Now let's get out of here. Lower the flaps to get the turn in. Fantastic. Okay, now then. Sweet revenge. Go away, you. Oh, that was close. That was very close. And I'm in a bit of trouble. And I'm out of there. Ah, dear. Well, at least I got the revenge. I will take that. Thank you very much. And looks like the guy who shot me down is in a bit of a bad way. So, with any luck, he'll be a burning wreck anytime soon. And we can get stuck into getting this point back now. It's a bit of a fight going on. It's certainly going to be a struggle, I think. So, I might even see if I can get around the outside and go down here. It doesn't look like any of our guys are particularly interested in it, but that would definitely make it... okay. Where I'm thinking there, guys, is if we could get this point here while everyone's too busy being in here, it might actually make all the difference and get a much-needed advantage in the points across the top. Okay, excellent. So we've taken that middle. All right. So it's pretty much a choice now. Do we assault here or do we protect the middle? And I'm probably going to go with protecting the middle, and we'll just see what happens with what the rest of the team is doing. I certainly want to be involved and help my team if they want to go and capture that bottom garrison. But if if it's all going to be too difficult and we keep getting shot down, then certainly holding the middle here is the next best objective. Okay. What do we got going on here? So that Blenheim up there, we probably, yeah. See, I might. He's, yeah. It's kind of just a little bit out of place here. Yeah, we've lost the point again. So. Yeah, that's probably the one thing, and I mentioned it in the description of the first video I did on this aircraft. It just seems to struggle to get places. It's great turning, and when you're getting amongst it in the fights, you can definitely hold your own in terms of speed and all the maneuverability. But getting between points in this aircraft is a real struggle. It just doesn't seem to want to hurry up and get there. So you can find yourself a little bit isolated sometimes. Just get this Blenheim out of here. Yeah, before I have hit my guns, thank you. Yeah, you can sometimes feel like you're a little bit isolated and in taking a while to get around, purely because just in a straight line, it's not a very fast aircraft. Okay, so let's get this boomerang out of here and start clearing out this point for the good guys. So yeah, that's probably the only drawback, I think, now that I've had a little bit of time to think about it again and go through the aircraft after the first video. Oh yes, revenge. Excellent. Okay, yeah. Again, carried away with different tangents there. So yeah, it's the thing. You're just not really moving at a great rate of knots, and yeah, you can feel a little bit stuck and helpless. That's why definitely you want to be taking advantage of that extra maneuverability that you can get in the tight turns, in order to keep your survivability intact. To make sure you're not constantly doing what I've kind of done so far in this game, and spending all of your time in the respawn queue. Okay, so now I'm in a little bit of trouble. These guys are right behind me, and the squall line is in. So, yep, and that was pretty much inevitable. That XFL was all over me. I didn't really have a lot to do except to await the end of this game, unfortunately. So, that is, yep, that looks like it's going to be all she wrote for this team. That 1 point should be enough to carry the red team, the enemy, off to their victory. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to see what happens. So I'm going to pause it here, just a quick score check and see how it went. So yeah, that's a much better game, even though we're about to lose, or it's going to be very likely we're going to lose this one. Just showed off just a little bit more of what this aircraft can do. So I'm going to just pause it here quickly, guys, and I'll catch you back in the hangar. Alrighty, so we are back in the hangar, guys. So yep, unfortunately it was a defeat, and yeah, we're going to have a look at those team scores. I don't think there were that many planes who really knew which end of the aircraft all the bullets came out of, but we'll have a look at that in a sec. So that one with a defeat, 3 chevrons and the rank 1 in that, so much better performance, even though it was a defeat, earning us 33,000 credits, 1,593 XP, and 79 free XP. So getting a very nice stash ready to spend on the big and expensive aircraft. Jumping across into the personal score, and yeah, it didn't get a whole lot of defending done. It was, as I mentioned when we were flying around there, it was a little bit of just sort of chasing the guys around the field. There wasn't a lot of opportunity to do much defending, because every time I was in a position to start, I'd get 1 or 2 kills and then swarmed by 3 or 4 enemies. Otherwise, I was flying back in from somewhere else trying to get ready to defend, and everything was over before I got there. So definitely something to take into consideration, I think, guys, when you're playing this aircraft, is just remember that it might be worth to, sort of do a bit of a heavy fighter role, maybe get in, do your strafing run, attack whatever's in front of you, and then pull away and boost out of the danger area, and then spin around and come back. Perhaps me just sort of sitting there and turning around in tight circles may not be the best way to ensure that your survivability stays. Because yeah, like you said, I got smashed pretty convincingly a few times there. There wasn't long between starting to get hit and me being a flaming wreck. So maybe that's something, definitely something for you guys to think about when you're flying the aircraft. And if you do try it, please let me know in the comments, because I'm definitely interested on how you guys find the planes that I review in my videos, and then anything that I personally enjoy, like this one. Any tips and tricks that you guys find and offer for me, very much appreciated. So yeah, just having a quick squiz here. We've got 380 capture points, so much better than the previous effort. 13 kills, 1 assist, 3 sectors, and 2,319 damage to aerial targets. So you can see the firepower. There's nothing wrong with this aircraft. I was taking smaller aircraft and the heavy stuff out just as quick. Didn't really matter what I was firing at. So still very happy with it, and there is the final score. So this guy, I think he got me twice, and he had a very good game. But 11,420 combat points, and you can kind of see there's a bit of a gap between myself and the rest of the team. It does make it particularly difficult when your tier 5s aren't really there to help. You know, the tier 4s probably did all that they could. You know, these bombers, it's tough. You know, in a game that moves as quickly as it does. You know, by the time they arrive and drop their bombs, the point could have changed control, and it now belongs to us. So, yeah, I get, and also, you know, it's the effect of when you play with large groups of people online, you're just not really going to find many that are going to help you out very much. But congrats to the other team, and to these two top guys. You know, it's pretty much me looking at those two names, and either I was getting them or they got me. So yeah, it's kind of fun when that happens, but you can definitely see the difference between the two teams. Alrighty guys, hopefully that gave you a little bit more insight into how the aircraft performs and the type of scores and contributions to the battle you can actually achieve. The first time was only a one chevron battle with 8,000 points, so this time I like to highlight that you can definitely get into those 5-figure scores. Alrighty, that's all for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please consider giving it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more World of Warplanes videos and some of the other videos that I'm bringing out over the next little while. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm the Nerdy Beard. Take it easy.